Welcome to Rhodes Project 2021-22 Rayat Online School Education. Guidance by respected Principal Dr. Mohan Rajmane Sir, Sadguru Gadge Maharaj College, Karad. Standard 11th. Subject Bookkeeping and Accountancy. Myself, Mrs. Mohite Ma'am from SGM College, Karad. As the last lecture, we continuing meaning of accounting concepts. Our chapter is going on accounting concepts. Language is means of communication. Everyone express himself in his own language. Same in this way, business has its own language, and accountancy is the language of business. In order to standardize this language, accounting concepts have been developed. Accounting concepts are general guidelines for sound accounting practices. Accounting concepts are the general rules of accounting to be followed and practiced by an accountant while preparing the accounts of the firm. From these concepts, some important key concepts we will discuss now. First is business entity concepts. This concept states that business and owners both are separate entities. According to this business entity concept, the personal transactions of the owners are not to be recorded in the business books. In these business books, only the transactions related to business are to be recorded. For example, if the electricity bill of residential purpose of the owner paid by himself, then it is not to be recorded in the books of accounts because this bill is paid by the owner himself and no any relation with the business. But for the payment of that personal electricity bill, amount is paid from the business bank account, then it should be recorded in the books of accounts, in the books of business accounts, because this is the drawings of the owner and it should be recorded in the books of accounts. This is the entity concept. This concept focuses that business is separate and owner is separate. Both are separate entities. Now, the next concept, money measurement concept. According to this concept, the transactions which can be expressed in terms of money are recorded in the business books, and the transaction which is not expressed, which does not involve money, are not to be recorded in the books of business accounts. For example, exchange of rice against exchange of vegetables. Listen carefully. Exchange of rice against exchange of vegetables is not to be recorded in the books of accounts because here is exchange of things. Exchange of things or commodities, articles is happen, but without payment of money. without payment of money, and such transactions are not to be recorded in the books of accounts. Here, only monetary transactions, means to the transaction which is expressed in terms of money, is recorded in the books of accounts. This is money measurement concept. Now, the next concept is cost concept. The cost concept states that all the assets purchased should be recorded at the historical cost. Historical cost means to cost paid for the acquisition of the asset. Cost paid for the acquisition of the asset. In accounting terms, we call it book value. We call it book value. It will be the base for further accounting. Market price of assets keeps fluctuating, means to changing. Hence, it becomes necessary to record the transactions at a cost price. And meanwhile, depreciation is to be charged on that assets, which reduces the book value of the asset from time to time. This is our third concept. We discussed cost concept. Now the next, consistency concept. The next concept is consistency. This concept states that any policy adopted for accounting should not change frequently without any reason. It should not change. It is unless it is the demand of the changing circumstances. Means to, once we followed any policy, for example, for charging depreciation, for inventory, any of the policy once we adopted should be going on year after year, unless it is the demand for the changing circumstances. Means to, it is important that the company continue to follow the same method in coming years going on. This is the consistency concept. Means to, the policies, rules, whatever followed by the company should be consistent. Should be consistent, not to change without any reason. The next concept is conservatism. The conservatism is the policy of playing safe. Policy of playing safe. According to this concept, anticipated future profits are not to be recorded in the books, but anticipated future losses should be recorded in the books of accounts. For it, there should be a provision for anticipated future losses. This is the policy of playing safe. Conservatism, this concept is also called as a policy of playing safe. According to this concept, only anticipated future losses should be there. There should be a provision for anticipated losses. Anticipated losses are to be recorded in the books, but anticipated profits are not to be recorded in the books. This policy of recording helps to business to create reserves in the business. Now, the next concept is going concern concept. The next concept is going concern concept. Going concern means to, this According to this concept, it assumes that the business will function for a long period of time. Business will function for a long period of time. It is expected that it will continue operations for a future, and it is not to be closed down, in a short time of period. Business has a perpetual long life is the base of this concept, going concern concept. The base of this concept is business having a perpetual long life. Business will continue for long time period. Year after year, business will going on. This is the going concern concept. Now, the next concept is realization concept. The next concept is realization concept. According to this concept states that an income is realized only when it is to be received or earned. Income is to be realized only when it is to be received or earned. Sales are recorded only when the goods are sold. Sales is to be recorded in the books when the goods are sold out or the services are provided. Sales revenue are considered as a recognized when sales are effected during the accounting period. Sales are effected during the accounting period. For example, in case of credit sales, the sales are recorded in the books. Sales are recorded in the books as and when they taken place. Even if the customer is yet to make the cash payment for the same. Means to the credit sale transaction, in case of credit sale, payment is not made on the spot. It is postponed to the future date. We just sold the goods. Payment, actual cash is not received, but it is earned, receivable in future. That's why it is recorded in the books. This is the realization concept, base of realization. According to this concept, revenue or the income is realized only when it is to be received or earned. This is the realization concept. Now, the next, accrual concept. Accrual concept. According to this concept, expenses are recorded. According to this concept, expenses are recorded when they are accrued, and means to when they becomes payable. Similarly, income is also recorded when it is accrued, means to becomes receivable. Expenses are recorded when it becomes payable, and incomes are recorded when it becomes receivable. Actual payment and receipts are not concerned with recording of the expenses or incomes. Actual payment and receipts are not concerned with the recording of the expenses or incomes. As per this concept, incomes and expenses related to the specific accounting period should be recorded in the books of accounts. For example, rent paid for the month of March. Rent for the month of March paid on 5th April. Rent for the month of March, if we paid it on 5th April, it will be recorded as an expenses of March, even it is paid in a month of April, but that expenses is of the March. That's why recorded in the month of March. This is the accrual concept. Accrual concept means to incomes are recorded when it is to be receivable and payments are recorded when it is to be payable. This is the accrual concept. Next, dual aspect concept. Dual aspect. This is also one of the most important concept of accountancy. Dual aspect and base of double entry bookkeeping system. The modern accountancy is completely based on this dual aspect concept. Modern accountancy is completely dependent or based on this dual aspect concept. According to this concept, every transaction has two aspects. Every transaction has two aspects. When something comes in the business, at the same time something goes out from the business. When something comes in the business, something goes out from the business. Means to each and every transaction involves minimum two aspects, and this is the base of double entry bookkeeping system. Dual aspect. Every debit has its corresponding credit. Debit equal to credit. When we debited 20,000, for example, suppose if we debited 20,000, there should be a same credit for 20,000. This is the base of modern accountancy. Dual aspect. Every debit has its corresponding credit. Each transaction involves minimum two aspects. Something comes in, something goes out. This is the dual aspect concept. The key and the most important, one of the most important concept, dual aspect. Debit equal to credit. Next to disclosure concept. The next one is disclosure concept. This concept states that accountants must disclose all the material information. Accountant should disclose true, fair and complete information to all the related parties. Whatever financial statements, that is balance sheet, profit and loss account, should be present, must show true and fair picture of the financial position of the business. The information disclosed should possess the qualities of relevance, reliability, comparability, and it should be easy to understand all the concerned authorities. Means to whatever financial statements we prepared should be reliable, relevant, next to comparable and easily understood by the users of the accounting information. Those who are interested in our accounts should easily understood what our business want to say with him. This is the disclosure concept. In intro, I already told you accountancy is the language of business, and to develop this language, these concepts are developed in the science of accountancy, and disclosure involves all the qualities of the language. Next to the next concept is materiality. This concept states that all significant and important monetary matters which may influence the decisions of the users of financial statements need to be disclosed in the books of accounts. According to this materiality concept, all important factors, all important matters, monetary matters, this is also one of the most important word, monetary matters, all important, not all, only the important monetary matters should be have to place in our accounts. According to this concept, only important monetary matters are to be recorded in the business, and it is not very beneficial that all the transaction, all the small things, smaller things to be recorded in details. It is not a routine practice of accountancy, everything to record. For that, the specific heads, means to payment of salary, payment of wages, are to be recorded in a separate natures. But the petty expenses or the petty incomes should be recorded in a one head, that is a miscellaneous expenses or sundry expenses, sundry income, under the head of sundry income. This is the materiality concept, means to important data should be recorded in the books, but the matters which are not so important, or to reduce the huge data, such minor parts are not to be recorded in the books. Next, matching concept. Next, last concept is matching concept. Matching principle, this is also principle, we may also call it principle of accountancy. This principle states that all the income received in an accounting year should be matched with the expenses incurred in that accounting period. Means to incomes equal to expenses. There should be matching between incomes and expenses in a particular accounting period. This concept considers the accrual basis of accounting and periodicity concept. In this way, revenue earned or match with the expenses incurred for that accounting period, and then we derive the profits and losses of the business. This is our last concept, matching concept. Listen, first of all we discuss about the entity concept, then money measurement concept, entity. First is entity concept, second is money measurement concept, next to third one is cost concept, next to consistency concept, conservatism, going concern concept, realization concept, next to accrual concept, then dual aspect concept, next to disclosure concept, then materiality concept, and last one matching concepts. These are the certain concepts which develop the science of accountancy, standardize the language of business, that is the accountancy. Now the next part is accounting standards. The next is accounting standards. Accounting standards. In the words of Kohler, first we will discuss the definition of accounting standard. In the words of Kohler, accounting standards are codes of conduct imposed by customs, laws, or professional bodies for the benefit of public accountants and accountants generally. This is the definition by Kohler. Accounting standards are codes of conduct. It is the codes of conducts imposed by customs, laws, or professional bodies for the benefit of public accountants and accountants generally. Accounting standards are written policy documents. Accounting standards are written policy documents issued by the expert accounting body or the government for regulatory body following aspects regarding accounting transactions and events in the financial management. Here are few accounting standards given in the syllabus of our 11th. Institute of Chartered Accountants of India is the regulatory body that issues standards of accounting in India. Institute of Chartered Accountants of India issues few standards of accounting in India. As per this, some of the accounting standards are: first, AS1 Disclosure of Accounting Policies. AS1 Disclosure of Accounting Policies. As per this standard, accounting policies followed in preparation and presentation of financial data should form a part of the financial statements. Should form the part of financial statements. Next, the second, AS2 Valuation of Inventories. Second, AS2 Valuation of Inventories. According to this standard, inventories means to stock is to be valued at cost or market price, whichever is less. Cost or market price whichever is less, which we followed for final accounts. Valuation of inventories, AS2. Now AS3rd accounting standard, third, cash flow statements. Cash flow statements. A cash flow statement is prepared and presented for the period for which the profit and loss account is prepared. Cash flow statement is prepared and presented for the period for which profit and loss account is to be prepared. Next, AS6 accounting standard 6, depreciation accounting. Depreciation means to gradual continuous reduction, decrease in the value of an asset. AS6 depreciation accounting. Depreciation means to gradual continuous decrease in the value of an asset. Next, AS8 accounting for research and development. AS8 accounting for research and development. According to this standard, the amount of research and development cost should be charged and expenses of the period in which they are actually incurred. It is to be charged for the period in which they actually incurred. AS8 accounting for research and development. Next to AS9 revenue recognition. AS9 revenue recognition. This standard deals with the basic required for recognition of revenues in items of the profit and loss account of an enterprises. Next, AS 10, accounting for fixed asset. Accounting for fixed assets, AS 10. Next, AS 12, accounting for government grants. AS 12, accounting for government grants. As per this standard, government grants should be recognized when there is an assurance that the enterprises will comply with the conditions attached to them. This is AS 12, accounting for government grants. Next to AS 13, accounting for investments. AS 13, accounting for investments. As per this standard, an enterprise should disclose the current and long-term investment distinctions in its financial statements. Current investments and long-term investments should be disclosed in the financial statements. Next to last, AS 22, accounting for taxes on incomes. AS 22, accounting for taxes on incomes. These are certain accounting standards that is we explain by the Chartered Accountants of India, and in this way we complete. Thank you.